If you didn't have the bandwidth, or let's be honest, maybe the willpower to follow all the drama around transaction IDs the other week, you're in luck. I spent hours reading about them, so all you had to do was watch this video. Transaction IDs are a core component of a programmatic auction. Here's where they come into play and why you should care about this conversation. So, whenever you load a website, that triggers a programmatic auction. There are spaces on this website that the publisher wants to fill with advertisers' ad creative in order to make money on those ad slots. The publisher's ad server recognizes that these ad slots are open and available for monetization and sends an ad request to the publisher's SSP partners. Let's call them OpenX, PubMatic, and ShareThrough. These SSPs are going to package the bid request that goes to the DSP, or the buy side, and this bid request is going to include a bunch of information about the impression opportunity, including a transaction ID. Publishers could opt into sharing this transaction ID. They weren't required to, but many of them chose to. And up until a few weeks ago, this transaction ID was common across each SSP partner. A common transaction ID allows DSPs to evaluate for things like where reselling might be occurring, avoid duplicative bidding or bidding against themselves, and overall identifying what is the best price to bid for this impression to get the most value out of it. Prebid's recent changes now assign a unique transaction ID to each SSP. This obscures the supply path and makes it difficult for buyers to deduce if what they're bidding on is the same impression, and if that impression is being sold through multiple intermediaries, all of which could be taking their own cut of every ad dollar. Now, the general argument from the publisher side as to why they're in favor of this change is that it helps them maximize yield. If DSPs have a harder time seeing where the best value exists for them in terms of where to bid and what to bid, publishers could make more money. Overall, this debate isn't really about the mechanics of the transaction ID. It's about the tensions that exist between the buy side and the sell side thanks to a misalignment of incentives that manifest within the supply chain. We as an industry love to talk about a clean, transparent supply path, but the reality is that often the call is coming from inside the house. Publishers feel as though they have to engage in these practices of reselling or bid duplication in order to make more money, and buyers aren't equipped or have the know-how to avoid it. Ultimately, I think the buy side wins out. They control advertiser spend, and there is growing knowledge behind why a direct supply path matters and how to achieve it. Whether it's through direct partnerships or integrations like Netflix plugging into a DSP, increasing spend within curated deals, private marketplaces, programmatic guaranteed, or actual products like the Trade Desk's Open Path. This has been AdTech Explained by My Toddler's Toys. Let's do it again.